Hi everyone, back to share a video on how I use my journals and just share a few of the journals that I've bought and swapped over the last couple of years. A lady recently wrote to me and asked me, she loves junk journals, but she's always a bit tentative about buying one because she thought there was a waste of money because once you'd used them there were no use and they were quite expensive to buy, and she basically wanted to know how you'd use them. So I thought rather than trying to explain, I'll just do a quick video. For me, I like to write in my journals and I use all my writing space and I use journaling cards a lot because for me, once you've used journaling cards, just keep replacing them, keep replacing your tucks and things, and you know you can continue to use your journals. But I'd just like to quickly share a few journals I've bought over the last couple of years. This was the very first swap I ever did with a lady called Kath Kelly. We both love herbs and nature and all things to do with earth. So we decided we'd do a herbal grimoire swap. I'm a bit behind on this because I've had no time at all recently. But I'm hoping in the new year I'm going on a job share. I'm going to be only working 3 days, so hopefully my time will be a bit on. But this journal I planned to use as a guide for my herbs. I've got quite a large herb patch in my garden and sometimes they just die back in winter and don't do enough with them, so I've decided I'm going to start researching more what I'm growing and my uses. And this one, my first entry is lemon balm, its uses, how you can make a sleepy tea time syrup with it, lemon balm tea, lemon balm vinegar. I'm just going to keep doing notes on stuff like this. But like I said, this was my first swap and I was so very nervous doing it, but the lady I swapped it with was lovely and I was so thrilled with my journal. So thank you, Kath, for being my first swap partner. Another swap journal I did was with Marie Blundell. And I did see her journal on, I think it was Facebook, Junk Journal Junkies. And I thought, oh, that'd be a lovely garden journal. And I think we got in touch with each other and we said we'd like to do a private swap, so we did. But I use this for planning for my garden. I always like to put a little card in who it's from, my journal. And this is basically I'm using for my garden notes and plans I have. I'm a great planner, but not so much great at getting out doing things. But like I said, hopefully this will share in the new year. So I do keep my garden notes in this. Some of these journals are a little bit private, so won't share everything, obviously. This was another swap I did with a lovely lady called Geeta Prana, and incidentally Geeta was the very first junk journal I ever saw on YouTube, and it was a gypsy fortune teller one that she'd done and it absolutely blew my mind. It was so beautiful, so detailed. And then when I was lucky to get Geeta as a swap partner for a Roaring Twenties journal, I was thrilled. And as it's beautiful. I've not started this yet because I'm saving it for a special moment. But I do get to all my journals eventually. And in this one there is tons of pockets, cards. Like I said, a great way when you've used them, just replace it with more journaling cards, pictures, your journals. I just think you can keep recycling your own journals, so they're never ever redundant. This was actually a present that a lady sent me, a good friend. She knew I love country rock music, so she decided to do me a very country rock themed journal, and it's just lovely. It was so different. It was all like country rock music, and you know, little quotes like "Forget glass slippers, this princess wears boots." That is so me. I am a boot person, and I just love this journal. And it was such a lovely surprise. She sent it me last Christmas. The journal that I'm using now at the moment was an autumn themed journal from Denise Goldsborough. This was also another swap journal, which I was lucky enough to get partnered with Denise, and it's lovely, absolutely gorgeous. Love the colours, and I use this for sort of here and now. I've got little bits of notes in it, plenty of journaling cards, pockets. Like I was explaining, when you've used all these, you take them out, fill them up with your own, add pages. I sometimes add little pages. I mean, I've put this in because I'm going to order some candles for Christmas from this company. But I put little, if you've never smelt Harper's candles, oh my, they're actually to die for. They're the best candles ever, and they're really not pricey like some brands. But I'll keep things like that in it that I plan to do. But like I said, this is sort of a here and now. I think I've got a little bit of waffle in it, so I'll keep that a little bit covered. Another swap journal I did with Janet Hicks on Junk Journal Junkies was this gorgeous boho theme. Now look at that for a beauty. I mean, I know people who've got Janet's journals will agree with me. She just makes the most stunning journals, and there's so much effort in that. But this journal I use for my yoga and my spiritual practice. I'm very much into my yoga, and not just the physical side of it. I love all the spiritual side that goes with it. And in this one, I am keeping bits of notes of my practices that I'm doing, what postures I'm working on, what I'm struggling with, just general stuff, that I'm working on a daily basis, and general thoughts. But it's an absolute chunky. So I've got loads of writing space in this one. I need to share my very first journal that like I said, I do swaps, but I do buy journals as well. And I love to buy off fellow crafters because I think we all keep each other going. As soon as I saw this, I think it was from a lady by Marie Novak. I think that's your surname, Marie. Please excuse me if I've butchered it, on Junk Journal Junkies. And it just screamed my mum at me because I'd recently lost my mum at the time when I bought it. I'd lost my mum around Christmas time. So this is a very bittersweet time for me. I love the season, but I do have very dark days where I struggle because it was a standing joke in our house. Mum was Mrs. Christmas and she'd start preparing in January for it. So there's lots of little reminders at this time of year, but at the time I was grieving, so I'd use this journal to share my grief in, really, and write down what I thought, little things. And it's got loads of things in that Mum would love, like birds, nature, foxes, squirrels. So that really screamed out for me. So I was lucky enough, it hadn't sold it at the time, so I got it. And there's tons of writing space, but I won't share this because it's very personal, this one. But it's just lovely, and just an idea how you can have journals for different things. I do keep nice, if I buy a nice picture, I always buy my mum cards when I'm out and writing them as though Mum's still here. And if I see a fox, because this is what I used to do when she was here, I used to buy a card and I'd give it her if I'd been out for the day, and just little things we used to do like that for each other. So that's what that one's for. It's quite a personal on this, and I put squirrel pictures in. But you can do so much with them. This is I love this journal. This was a swap with a lady called Kimberly off Instagram. We both saw journals of each other's that we liked, so we agreed to do a swap. And I was absolutely thrilled with this. Those of you who know me know how much I love winter. It's one of my favourite seasons. I know people think I'm a weirdo, but I'm really not much of a summer person. Winters and autumn are my time. I love the frost, I love the snow, I love the cold. I just love everything about it. So when I saw this, it was called Winter Woods, and that is just what it reminded me of, winter woods. So in this, I like to write nice winter poetry, winter quotes, and I call it my little book of Hygge because it's a very Scandinavian thing, how Scandinavians seem to embrace the winter, whether we just moan about it. But I love this time of year. I love getting my candles out, sitting there reading a book. I like to read poetry books. But some of the stuff in it, she's got lovely images of Arthur Rackham images. This is from my dear friend Tina. Little winter cards I buy and put in. So that's what I use that for, and it's just lovely, this. I love it jingles, and it reminds me of winter and Christmas. Some of you will recognise this straight away, as it's one of Sagita's. I was lucky enough to get a custom order done off Sagita, and I wanted it to be very nature, with foxes, because this also reminds me of my mum. And as you all know, Sagita's work is beautiful, and I absolutely love it. like I said, I do write things in it, so I might have to hide little bits of this. Tons and tons of tuck spots in it, and this is my gorgeous, this I got in a swap with Andrea from Artie Mays, and it just fitted in perfect with this journal. It's a loaded pocket and it's absolutely beautiful. So you can put these into your journals and it still gives you tons of space, and you could fill your journals up with loaded pockets. So your journal honestly will never get redundant. Once again, little fox pictures I buy on my travels, stick them in cards. But I use that as quite a personal journal. I bought this somewhere as well because I do love hares. I keep my hares and my nature themed stuff in here. What am I up to now? Where's my Christmas journal? This is my very own Christmas journal. I made this last year. It's very, very thick. Oh, it will be very thick when I filled it, but I left it quite, because I'm going to use this over the years, and it's called Precious Memories. And it's just a way of keeping all my precious memories about Christmas in it. I do write my Christmas lists, card lists, blah, blah, blah in it. I was going to try and do a December daily this year, but as per usual, no time. So, like I said, I keep this. I keep Christmas cards that I like. And it's also dedicated to my mum, who made Christmas very magical. It's got lots of Edith Holden winter stuff. There's a lot of writing in this, so I might have to be a bit... I'll say that. Stuff I write, my favourite Christmas music. And like I say, I do keep cards and stuff that I love. I just cut them down and reuse them. And this is a card, actually, of where I live. It's actually from the Labour Party. That, you know, they put them through your doors at this time of year. But it's lovely. It's a scene of where I live. I just really loved it. But like I said, very personal this. So, like I said, I do keep my Christmas cards. I just cut them down and use them. And I got these two lovely ones off Tina last year. A little angel off my mum. So that's my Christmas one. And another beautiful journal which my dear friend Tina sent me is this winter one. This is absolutely gorgeous. The work that has gone into this is unbelievable, and it's winter. And she knows how much I love winter. And it's just absolutely gorgeous. I haven't started using this yet, but I will be doing, and I'm going to write lovely little winter memories and things I've seen when I go out. I go out walking a lot of this time of year. I'm just going to write lovely bits of nature, things that I've seen, little snippety things and little bits of winter poetry and quotes. It's just really, really beautiful. So the answer, I've gone around the houses to, are your junk journals redundant once you've used them and wrote in them and you've paid quite a bit of money for them? Is no, just recycle them, take out your journaling cards. They're not redundant. You've still got 1001 uses for them. Just thought I'd do a quick little flip through. Thanks for still here, if you're still here listening to me waffle. Thanks everybody for listening. Thank you all ladies for inspiring me. There's so many people who inspire me on journals, and there's still so many ladies I wish to purchase journals off. So I think the new year will continue with me swapping and buying journals, and hopefully it's something I'll continue to use regularly. Have a nice day everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye.